Being able to sincerely not care what someone thinks of you is key to living a truly peaceful life. I've had 2 different men this week reach out to me. They're both in relationships with a woman that has indicated that he is not the man, and yet she's not willing to end it or walk away from the relationship. With most men, this realization produces a reciprocal loss of romantic desire for the woman. However, men are performance driven, and oftentimes the man will want to double down to prove himself to this woman. So what we talked about was the fact that she already sees you as something other than the man. He has to accept the fact that he has done his dead level best, and she just does not see him like that. So as harsh as it may sound in a relationship, he has to come to grips with not caring what she thinks about him personally. If he doesn't do this, it will only produce feelings of resentment and animosity. So there's only 2 real options: stay in that situation with all the resentment and animosity that's sure to come, or walk away strong knowing you did your dead level best.
Do you think that American women are unmarriageable?
Oh, this one's probably going to get banned, but I'm going to answer the question because she is asking a legitimate question, and I love that she is, to be honest with you, but I know my answer is going to trigger some people. The answer is yes, American women have become unmarriageable, and it's not really for the reasons you're talking about. You talk about being promiscuous and all that. Honestly, I could care less what somebody does. What it is they don't respect us. They don't respect us as men. They don't respect us as human beings. They have this preconceived notion of what we're supposed to be, which is perfect. They have all their criteria that no man could ever meet. And even if he managed to, they'd create new criteria that, again, he could never meet. So yes, marriage is done. We've walked away. Dating is done. We're done. That's where it's at. Enjoy.
Just reached a new level of crazy because I just made, well, not made, like I said, I did not make, he did it out of his own free will, but my boyfriend, my fiance, because we just got engaged, just signed a legal document, and we got it notarized that if he cheats on me, he has to pay my bills. We did. We just got a legal document signed, and actually got it notarized, like legal AF, that if he cheats on me, he's screwed.
Oh God.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't want to hear that shit.
I'm so smart or crazy, I don't know.
Focus on yourselves, kings.
One of the biggest problems with men today is you can't walk away. You better learn how to walk away and cut a chick off. You better learn how to walk away and cut a chick off, because if you don't, you're going to be the fool. You're going to be the one that's left a dried up husk, because when she's done what you believe, she'll walk away. But here's the thing. Guys, when you learn to walk away from a woman, you're in a position of power. Ladies, many of you don't walk away. Many of y'all just check out. Y'all ghost. Y'all leave. And I'm going to tell you right now, karma's a bitch on that one. Look at the way a woman ends her relationships. Ask Sheila, hey, what would a successful life look like for a woman like yourself? And let her say it. And for God's sake, imagine if she says, you know, it involves me being a wife, having a family, a life of purpose and meaning. I have a home-based business. I do this. Okay, sounds good. Then you ask her, hey, in your past relationships, or you've interacted with men, how did you leave those situations? If she's the kind of woman who flakes, dips out, ghosts, leaves things, you need to know if you're dealing with a woman who can handle conflict, or if a woman, why is this important? Because a woman who can't handle conflict, they run.
Do you think men are choosing solitude or escaping unwinnable rules?
I think men are doing both. I think that they are choosing solitude because it is more peaceful for them, instead of trying to deal with women who are built the way that modern society has built women, which is mostly a headache and an unwinnable game for men. I think that they've recognized that not only is this game completely unfair, but there's no winning, not for them. And so many of them, based on lived experiences or the people that they know or the narratives around here, which are commonly amplified on social media, it feels hopeless, right? Why would I go work my ass off, take on the burden of taking care of another person? Why would I open my heart up? Why would I put myself out there? Why would I give myself to somebody if the way that the modern world is, she could find somebody else on Instagram tomorrow who might have more money than me, who might look better than me, who might be, 0.17% Chad bro, that women want. So I think they just recognize they're playing a losing game. And until women take on the responsibility, having the potential of being a wife, somebody who's worthy of being committed to, having virtue, I think that men realize that it is going to cost them much more than it gives them.
Ladies, it is so important how you leave relationships, because you're going to have to start looking at people's relationship resumes. Why is this important? Because we already have talked about it ad nauseum. It's time to start doing things differently. Ladies, it's time for you to start understanding that, relationships are what makes you a successful life. You're either, it's either you first or relationships first. You cannot serve two masters. If it's my truth, my life, my field, my this, my that, cool, over there. Go over there. Can you work with women like that? Sure. Can you network with women like that? Sure. Can you socialize with women like that? Sure. But you cannot you cannot get romantic with them. Absolutely not. If that means and here's the thing that a lot of you ladies need to understand. Men will go down in looks to go up in cooperations. Ladies, a lot of you think you're special because you got your PhD, you got this career or whatever, and men are starting to find that more distasteful than a lot of you know. I go down Instagram and I see so many women who are suited and booted and look, and I'm like, you do realize that you're taking these pictures so other women can tell you look good. Because men aren't looking at this and seeing wives. Men are looking at this and seeing, what a waste.
And unfortunately, this is right. They're not really good to be around. They're difficult to be around. When they're out and on, quote unquote, for however many hours, they're good. Y'all might even go home together. Y'all might even spend a weekend together, short term. But once you get into something long term, she's definitely going to be a problem. She's got to have control of the situation. She can feign it. She can act like she doesn't need it for a little while. But when her heart starts to get into the relationship, she's going to have to start taking control.
Girl posted, I got married in 2019. 2020, I went into a psychosis and got diagnosed with bipolar. I accused him of, I hit him, I ran from him. My brain was telling me he was the devil and our whole marriage was built on a lie. I wanted to leave, but he didn't flinch. He didn't run. While I was placed in the mental hospital, he was waiting for me when I got out. 3 years later, it happened again. If you love someone who goes through psychotic breaks, you are so strong. Your calm words, your faith, your love speaks volumes. Real love doesn't run, it stands firm. In the comments, there were a bunch of women commenting how brave she was and congratulating her for getting through this. And maybe some of that is true, but can you imagine if it was a dude who did all of that to a girl, what they would be saying? Sorry, but if you lie on somebody and throw accusations of on them that aren't true, they should not fucking stay with you. If a dude hit a woman and then blamed it on his mental health diagnosis, would people be out here calling him a fucking hero? That whole entire thing is a hard pass for me, but what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments.
I played this guy by fucking him and ghosting him. And then all my friends fucked him and ghosted him. He really thought he had a chance with us.
Okay, so I'm just trying to understand the game here. You gave him some and then he never had to hear from you again. And then your friends did the same thing and he never had to hear from them again either. So y'all 5v1, still lost, and got teabagged in the process. This man is a legend.
And somehow, I don't get the feeling that he's mad about that.
Now we hear, make sure you have 6 figures. It's all about what he can provide for you, sis, as long as he has money. Okay. If a man has been trained to provide and only focus on the money, when the emotional or relational aspect is not there, you cannot complain if you have only reduced him to his money. Because a lot of men have been trained and taught that you got to get it. You got to keep getting, make sure that you have this money. And that's what validates who they are. They have externalized their worth and their value to the money that they make. And so when they are no longer making that same type of money, they need some other source of validation. So when this man who you want intimacy from, but first you came in and said, I wanted some money. But when this man goes out and get that money and it's not rolling in the same, and he needs external validation and he goes and gets that from other women or something else, can you complain about that? You've reduced him and externalized his worth only to what he brings in. Can you get upset?
The other day I told a guy the reason why I understand why men run from the role of being a man, because it is a very thankless job. This is why so many men don't want to sign up for it. The women are not praising the men anymore. In order for a man to continue to want to do that role of a man, someone got to be there pushing him and supporting him and loving him and pouring into him, because naturally, real men don't get no kind of praises no more. I watch bums get praised more than real men nowadays. Bums, scammers, drug dealers, clowns, ooders, right? They get praised more than real men who get up and drop a damn bus every day for his family. They'll get more praises. You know why? Because he can buy you a stolen gift card, a bag.
These are the men that modern women are saying what you're doing is bare minimum. You're too nice. Why would I want to be around you? You're not fun. You're boring. Thankless job. Oh, all you do is come home from work? You work all day? You mean you work 10, 12 hours a day? Then you come home? That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're out there in the hot sun the whole entire Saturday mowing the lawn. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're out there getting my car fixed when you should actually be at home. Running around town, doing the things on Saturday that you don't want to do. You could be at the house chilling, but you're out here with me looking at stuff that you don't even care about. Bare minimum. If you're not like that, I don't want it. You mean you have to pay for $300 roses every month for me? Just for me to be loved? Bare minimum.
Listen, I know everyone's hung up on the 100 men versus a gorilla, but we gotta see 100 women versus accountability. Because it would be a fucking bloodbath out there.
Women bring nothing to the table nowadays and still expect to be treated like a queen and like a princess and like she deserves the world, and the man is just supposed to be there and provide everything for her. Wake up. If you really believe that you deserve all of this, you need to provide more than just your body and your looks and the fakeness that you have going on around there. You need to actually start providing value for that man, especially if you want to get a good man. You are never going to find a good man to take care of you if you provide nothing but your arrogance, your ego, and your looks, because that is not enough anymore for men nowadays.
I went on a date tonight with this guy, and he comes home with me and he asks to use the bathroom. But then he comes out and immediately is like, I have to go home. And I was like, okay. So he leaves. I come in to investigate because I assume I left a huge in the toilet. And then I see my bathroom mirror and I'm like, oh, my affirmations. I did not take them down. Anyways, ladies, I think the takeaway here is that it is important to put your affirmations up, for sure, but it's actually more important to take them down before a guy comes over, because you may deserve love, but you're certainly not going to get it from a guy who finds your happiness cheat sheets and knows deep down you think of yourself as a disgusting piece of shit.
So it's now been about 3 months since me and my ex split, and I'm realizing that I cannot afford my lifestyle. So much to the point where I actually miss that ugly cheater so much right now. Let that be the last time I decide to play detective or ask too many questions, because I can't do this.
Will not be friends with or associate myself with anybody that cheats on their partner. Cheating on your partner shows zero self-discipline, zero self-control, zero integrity. It shows bad character. And if you think that doesn't translate into other relationships, into other parts of their life, like, Yes, it does.
I just came across this video and I seen all the hate she was getting in her comments. I just want to say she's 100% right. See, cheating isn't just about relationships, it's about character. If someone's willing to lie to the person they claim to love the most, what makes you think they won't do that in friendships and business? People want to act like cheating is a mistake or an accident or something that just happens. No, cheating is calculated and it's one of the highest orders of betrayal. And listen, if you've messed up and you've done that, don't make excuses and just own it. Go through the character work and earn trust back slowly. This world is normalizing betrayal and it's killing intimacy, trust, and even families. So no, I'm not going to be friends with someone who cheats and laughs it off. That's not judgment, that's discernment. If you want to build a life of integrity, good. Start with the most sacred bond first, and that's who you love.
Yeah, I don't know why she getting hate for that. That's one of the rare takes I agree with her on.
It's to the point now I miss cat calls. Men don't cat call women anymore. You guys have gotten really scary. I don't appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, remember back in the day, y'all used to be like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." Y'all don't do that shit no more. Y'all weak. And I blame the pandemic because the world got way more sensitive. So nowadays, a man walking up to a woman saying, "Hey, beautiful," can be borderline sexual harassment, depending on the environment. I remember pre-pandemic, I walked past a group of guys and one of them ran up to me and he said, "Hey, Ma, can I get your number?" And I said, "No," because I didn't know the pandemic was coming. I thought I still had more days outside to reject more men. So I was quite arrogant in my response. I was like, "No, you're trying to show out for your little friends." And he was like, "Yo, you gonna regret this." And 2 weeks into the pandemic, he was right. I thought about that man for a whole year. I was like, oh, what if he was a prophet? What if I said no to Jesus? They said he was coming back.
Stop saying that.
I didn't say that.
Because people clip it and they send it to me and I look like an idiot online. Like, why are
All I
people
said was I
making me
paid
look
for a lot of
stupid?
things, and I didn't like that.
Okay, well...
And
Like,
it's
you
just,
don't like paying
but
for
it's just me being like genuinely like just me being honest. I just
Okay,
didn't like
that's
paying
fine.
for it.
You should
I
be
can
honest.
I can say that I
said
didn't
you
like
should be
paying for it.
honest.
I,
That's
yeah.
fine. But don't say you paid for something when you did.
Okay, but the only reason I
There's
didn't,
a clip of you saying you paid for the whole trip.
I was supposed to pay for the Airbnb.
I'm not
It was
saying
supposed to come
I'm
from
not
my
saying you're
account.
supposed to. I'm black and white. I'm very black and white.
Okay.
You either paid for it or you didn't.
Well, I was about to.
It's black and white. Did you pay for it? No, you didn't.
Now I didn't.
No, there was never you did pay for it. I paid.
I
for
was
it.
about to, but my
No.
Zelle was maxed
No,
out.
You were never going
Because
to pay for it.
and
You were-
whose
Bree,
Zelle was sent to
Bree,
me?
You're the one that
They didn't
always,
send the
you're
Zelle to you.
You're the one that always says.
Who did Santos-
There's no if or buts.
Who did Santos
Listen,
ask to pay
listen,
Wes?
I'm not arguing
He sent
with you.
Wes's
I paid
information
for
to
it
me,
stop
not to
telling
you.
People, stop telling people that you paid
Yeah,
for
now
shit.
you paid for it.
No, there's no now. It was always I paid for it.
Okay.
Stop saying
Okay.
you paid for my shit.
Okay, I won't say that. Jesus Christ. No need to be so negative and rude. Have a peaceful day.
I love going to eat by myself and paying for my own meals.
Paying for your own meals? Baby girl, now you know what it feels like to be an everyday man. And friendly reminder, when a man pays, provides, and covers everything, he's supposed to, right? That's his job. But when a woman does it, she's a strong, independent woman. As someone who lives in Vegas, where girls ask for free shit all the time, imagine being a guy that has to pay cover charge, that has to pay for dinner, that has to pay for drinks, okay? So you can only imagine what we go through. Well, a new study shows as well that the average man spends over $15,000 per year in a relationship on dates, bills, and partner expenses. Honestly, I think that number is kind of low. And yes, I understand the man is supposed to provide, but the man should be providing maturity, love, respect, support, okay? Not just finances. And of course, not all women are like this. Shout out to all the women that pay, cover, and do things for men. Like, we appreciate y'all. But this trend of, oh, it sucks to pay for things. Welcome to our lives, baby.
I mean, I guess for me, it's the fact that they don't feel embarrassed about just asking for something. What are you doing that for?
The first thing that women need to forgive their husbands for is being a man.
Probably the first thing women need to forgive their husbands for is for being men. The problem is that women want strong men who are good providers and at the same time expect them to be like a girlfriend that they can always vent about a problem with. Men don't want to talk about problems. They want to solve them. Women want their man to be emotionally available. In other words, they want to turn him into a woman. It's as if some women want their man to have the characteristics of a woman without losing their masculinity. There will always be a power struggle between men and women. Only when women enjoy the strengths that they have that men don't, and enjoy the strengths that men have that they as women don't, will they be happier people and able to live in peace and harmony.
Fellas, I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of y'all are too good for some of these women. A lot of these women don't deserve you. A lot of these women you are too good for. And that's just what it is, right? So the women that are looking to misuse you, they ain't it. They ain't it, baby. All right? You can tell off gate from a conversation with a woman if she gonna misuse you or not. Because she ain't really talking about nothing she got going on for herself. She's just trying to find out everything you got going on. So she can find out and plot on you on what you're going to be doing for her next. You heard it here first. Yeah.
I told my husband I wanted a divorce. I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live? How would we split the time with the kids? Who gets the dog? I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met. I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3 and I still don't know who I am.
Yeah, that's a great idea, though. Get divorced, be a 32-year-old single mom re-entering the dating market. You're really cooking here. That's a bright idea, lady. This could all be solved if you just shut up. And if your husband was stronger, he would tell you to shut the fuck up. Horrible woman. Disgusting.
You know one thing I love about being a man, bro? Life could be beating your ass. I'm talking about you going through the toughest time. You got financial issues. You got job-related issues. You got relationship issues. You got family issues, car issues, everything. And you don't have to worry about you and your man falling out because you forgot to like and repost his picture. Like, I couldn't imagine fighting for my life every day. That me and my homeboy, we not cool no more because I couldn't make it to one of his birthday dinners. Like, I literally seen 2 girls fall out because one of the girls was pledging. You know, they supposed to keep it low key. They can't really tell anybody. They're going to be out the way. And the other girl didn't know about it. So she started calling her fake. And then they ended up fighting. Yo, I'm blessed to be a man. Me and my closest homeboy, we can go months without talking. If I hit him and I'm like, what you been on? He going to be like, shit, I was just going through shit. I'm going to be like, you good now? You need anything? He going to be like, I'm straight now. And that's it. We're good. We never have to talk about it again. Like, I couldn't imagine somebody adding that extra unnecessary stress to the equation.
And just for the record, a lot of women don't be the big bosses and the big ballers that they claim to be. Let's talk about it. I just watched a podcast of females saying that a lot of women who don't make over $50,000 a year should not be asking a man, looking him up and down, asking him about his finances and what he make a year. Should not be giving orders and demands that he needs to make above a certain amount a year. When you, my dear, don't even make over $50,000 a year. Now, this is a no judgment zone and I'm not judging people based off their salary. I'm just saying, humble yourself, queen. Humble yourself, queen. Because I fear that man who makes well over $50,000 a year might end up humbling you. Ooh. And without even being funny, I think this is a very serious topic that has to be addressed because a lot of women live life based off of what they want and not off what they provide, for the simple fact that we become so accustomed to the idea that because men are supposed to be providers and that they are expected to be providers, that they should be the only ones contributing and bringing something to the table. All of those days of I am the table so I don't have to bring nothing to put on the table are over, because a lot of women ain't even bringing the table these days. You got all these kids, you want men to accept your children, you come than just the mouth and the demands that you have for the man. Evaluate and humble yourself, queen. Let me know what y'all think about that.
This is a semi-sweet chocolate chunk cookie.
What the fuck are you doing? What the hell are all these cookies? There's no way your big ass is gonna eat all 6 of them. You need 6 bowls of salad, not 6 fucking diabetic cookies. That's chocolate chunk, bitch. You're fucking chunky. You eat more of those, you're gonna be fucking huge. You ain't no fucking cookie monster. You're a fucking torta monster. Take that shit off. You look goofy. Put on your gym outfit, not that. That's for little kids, bro. You look like a big kid.
I was doing it for the video.
Fuck your videos, man. They suck. Do some videos at the gym. Show them you doing squats, jumping jacks, push-ups, all that.
So what do we have here? What was she eating?
What the fuck?
First of all, I don't care if you're right or not. You better get out of my room and let me enjoy this chocolate chip cookie in peace.
Good afternoon. Respectfully, you college educated bitches, we don't give a fuck about nothing you got going on. Y'all love to flaunt y'all degree. I got this, a master's degree, so I need this from, I'm not accepting the bare minimum. Y'all love telling a little bit about y'all life and not the full story about your life. Tell us how you bare minimum. How your baby father's a nigga stands up and goes in front of the liquor store all day, don't got no job, who's been using a bar of soap that's flattered in my ass for the past 7 days because he has no money. Why you didn't tell us that shit? Since you so smart, smarty pants. I don't care about no smart shit you got going on if you turn around and do some dumb shit. Golden State done won 73 games and fucked around and lost the championship. So do you think they give a fuck about them 73 games? You think them shits count? I know walk around with a gun, shoot it in the air, take pictures with it. And when they see they ops, they run. So do you think we give a fuck about that? You see how dumb and delusional I sound? That's how y'all sound. Pack that shit up. Like I said, 2025, we're leaving that shit here. Put it in a blue barrel, send it off to Jamaica. I don't care what y'all do. All them fucking A's you was getting in school, we don't care because all you was getting outside was D's.
I just read a quote that said the reason why men mistake kindness and politeness as flirting is because they would never be kind or polite to someone they're not attracted to. Oh my god.
So, sorry girls, it's almost the exact opposite. People are almost never kind to men. Ever. Nobody gives them compliments. Ask a man in your life, when's the last time he got complimented? I tell you what, he'll remember exactly when it was and how it was said. Men assume that kindness is flirting because kindness is so rare to them that they presume that the woman probably wants something from them. The difference is that in this case, men are excited by that, whereas if women were in this role, they would be disgusted by that.
There should not be no-fault divorce. And here's what's interesting about modern day feminism. They want equality everywhere but in the court. Isn't that interesting?
That is very interesting.
Right. They don't want equality in the court system. So I think that's funny that they want all this equality, but they still want alimony. They still want child support. They still want half of the man's assets. But if it's equal, what we bring in is what we take out. We split the children 50-50, like 50%, 1 week your week, 1 week my week, but they don't want that. So I think that's really interesting that, like I said, they don't want to be drafted for wars.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women require a man to take care of their financial needs, but they cannot meet a man's needs, and his needs are actually free. He wants you to give him a lot of love, respect, loyalty, affection, attention, appreciation, take some accountability, know how to say I'm sorry, listen to him whenever he speaks, and to provide a safe space for him. And you can't meet any of these free requirements that actually just take a little bit extra time and attention from you. But you expect for him to provide for you financially in every way possible. You want him to take care of your hair, your nails, get you a new car, pay your rent, make sure all your bills is paid, do all the little experiences that you want to do, take you to a 5-star restaurant. And not for nothing, a lot of people can't even name a 5-star restaurant, but you want him to find one and take you there and pay that bill, and you can't meet his needs, and his needs are free of charge. Why would he continue to meet your financial needs if you can't take care of his needs, whenever it literally will cost you nothing out of pocket? It's just a little bit of your time, a little bit of your appreciation, and getting to know that man and being able to provide his needs that are actually free.
If someone is telling you to take someone to a dinner date for your first date, they are not your friend. They are not your friend. I'm a professional dating coach. I've been doing it for 7 years, clients all over the world, hundreds of thousands of people. So trust me when I tell you, the biggest mistake that most people make in dating is taking them out to dinner for the first meet, or even 1 to 3 meets. Gentlemen, when you do this dynamic, you're essentially paying her for her time. No, I'm sorry, just because someone's beautiful doesn't make them a great wife or mother. And I can tell you from a woman's perspective, it's incredibly nerve-wracking, stressful, feels like an interview because most guys don't know how to date. So let's just avoid that one, okay?
Well, we know that. That's why men are saying we don't want to do that. Also, the more important thing for men is that they get to know the person now. Because we do these fancy dinners, and a lot of times we just focus on eating versus talking, versus actually getting to know one another. And so men are saying, instead of, because, you know, you got a lot of dates going on and dating can get expensive for all of us, especially in this economy, why don't we do something low key so we can get to know one another and see if this is even a vibe? If it's a vibe, hey, let's go do something else. Dinner can be another activity, but it doesn't have to be dinner. Modern women are stuck on this, which is another reason men are saying, you know what? No disrespect. If you can't compromise, if you can't adjust your plans right now just to go get coffee, I'm wondering what you're not going to be able to do, what you're not going to be able to adjust to when we're in a relationship.
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. And they're like almost proud. Like they're almost like happy about the fact that they're going to choose and make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
He's fucking tired. When he goes to work, someone needs him. When he comes home, someone needs him. His friends need him. His family needs him. The kids need him. Everyone fucking needs him. And on top of that, there's pills that's got to be paid. The car's got to be fixed. There's stuff that's got to be done in the house. When he gets in the door, you're already kicking off at him and screaming at him and shouting at him and needing him to do something else that has already making his list longer. At that same point, he has barely even had a chance to sit down. He's trying to take care of everyone. He's stressed out about the bills because the next bill's got to be fucking paid. And you're also asking him when you can get your nails done and when he's going to buy those shoes for you and when he's going to do this for you. At the same time, the kids need new clothes. The kids need food. And then he's standing there and he's wondering, when the fuck is anyone ever going to ask me if I'm okay? He sits in the car thinking about secondhand. He sits in that car wondering when the fuck all the stress is going to fucking end and when the fuck is he going to matter to anyone.
Let me give you a girl secret. Every girl on earth, every single one of them, your girlfriend, your mother, your sister, your cousin, your grandma, your teacher, anybody, any woman on earth has a secret roster, right? She's with you, but she has a secret roster. That doesn't mean they're using it. That doesn't mean it's being used, but it's there, okay? It's, let's call it insurance, right? It's not cheating. She ain't using it, but it's there. There's a list, right? There's a list. You were once in that list. You were once part of that list. Every woman has a roster. That's the thing. It is a lot easier to acquire men than it is to acquire women because women have what men don't. The Art of Seduction. It's a book, actually. Read it. But believe me, every woman, including your female dog, they got rosters. So that means your girl got one. Your girl got one. Trust and believe. Stay safe.
Honestly, it sounds like you're telling on yourself. Once again, we don't need the T app for this. Modern women, just to let us know what it is that they're up to.
Money doesn't qualify a man to lead. Character does. See, a lot of people are bowing down to money, thinking if he makes enough, that automatically makes him a leader. But money by itself doesn't build a home. It doesn't create peace. It doesn't guarantee protection. A man can have 6 figures in the bank and still leave you uncovered, unsupported, and spiritually starving. Leadership is deeper. It is about character. Can he lead with wisdom? Does he create safety and direction? Does he know how to protect not just your body, but your spirit and your heart? Those are the qualities that actually qualify a man to lead. Culture has it twisted. They have it all wrong. It says chase the lifestyle, the bags, the trips, but none of that builds legacy or serves purpose. It looks good on Instagram, but it won't hold you up when life gets heavy. When you choose money over character, you're building your relationship on sand and not rock. Respect isn't purchased by how much he spends. Respect is earned by the way he carries himself, like the way he covers you and the way he provides stability that money alone can never buy. That's real fulfillment. Ladies, stop letting culture make you worship wealth, because at the end of the day, a man's true worth is measured by his leadership, his protection, his character, and not his income. Money doesn't qualify a man to lead. Character does.
I feel like men continue to say this to modern women, but modern women don't really care. Men continue to tell them, hey, I know that guy is taking you out to this nice restaurant. I know he said, okay, you want to go out to dinner on the first date? Cool. Fine, we can do that. But that man really does not care about you. I can look in his eyes. I can see him right now. He does not care about you. Well, he gave me roses. Yes, he is doing all of the things that would make you think that he cares about you, but he actually does not. You are a trophy to him. You are about to be conquered. And then when you get conquered, you want to come running back to me and expect me to accept you. I'm not going to. You need to get out of my face. You put me in the friend zone. I told you, this man is not going to do you right. His behavior is bad. Something about his attitude is off. This is the way he moves, he behaves. Look at his friends, look at his circle, look at his network. And I'm not talking about the people that he makes money with. Well, sometimes it is. I'm talking about the people that he hangs out with, the people that he be chilling with, his friends. I'm telling you, these guys are not it. But yet and still, modern women will go out there and get their cheeks clapped every single Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, sometimes on Sunday, by Chad and Tyrone. Sometimes both of them at the same time. Because they're irresponsible, because the man can buy them a bag, because the man can pay their car note. You're not listening. You're out here flying blind, even though men telling you watch out.
How to speak to him more feminine. And don't mind my hair, I'm finna get it done Sunday. But anyways, number 1, don't say, why didn't you call me? Say, I missed hearing your voice, it would have made my day. 2, don't say, you need to listen to me. Say, it would mean a lot to me if you could hear me out. I really value your attention. 3, don't say you're not doing enough. Say, I really appreciate what you do and it really made me feel more cared for if. 4, don't say you don't care about my feelings. Say, I feel safe when I know you understand how I'm feeling. 5, don't say, why can't you just do it my way? Say, I trust your decision, but can we try it this way as well? Number 6, don't say, do this for me. Say, could you help me with this? I really appreciate it. 7, don't say, don't talk to me like that. Say, I feel so much better when we speak kindly to each other. When expressing disappointment, don't say, you let me down. Say, I was really hoping for something different, but I know you didn't mean any harm. Number 9, when you're encouraging him, don't say you should do better. Say, I believe in you so much and I know you can do amazing things. And I can give more examples, but I'm gonna have to make a part 2.
You see my setup. Look at this table. Look at this chair. We built it.
Look. Bro.
You know what? Fine, I'll be the one to say it. Male loneliness epidemic? No. How about the male going to therapy epidemic? I don't see that happening. These men are not that lonely, and they don't want girlfriends. They want therapists, but they don't want to say that, so they get on these dating apps and use them for everything except dating. They literally need to be lonelier. We're not isolating them enough. I'll give you that dating apps used to be.
This young woman is not an epidemiologist, not a researcher, not a psychologist, and yet she showed up in my feed because the algorithm said it was important for me to hear. I'm Max Butterfield, Dr. Max Butterfield. I actually do study this kind of thing for a living, and I think the reason this was important for me to hear is because it was a garbage take, and you need to know the truth. There is, in fact, a male loneliness epidemic. There are a variety of reasons for it. It's complicated, just like men. And denying that serves no one. Men, women, children, anybody. Do better, and if you would like some help in doing better, follow me for daily science-backed reels about love, attraction, dating, relationships, and understanding other people better. I can help.
Y'all, it takes a man and a woman to have a baby. That's 50-50. So why is it in a court system a man has to pay thousands of dollars, fight like hell, just to be awarded every other weekend, if that, and a woman gets to walk into a courtroom, may not even have a job, can't even financially provide for herself, doesn't have to show any proof that she's a fit mother, and gets primary custody. And I know some of you women don't want to hear this, but child support is a trap. It's all about leverage, not support. Some of these men denied visitation, still have to pay. Some of these men might have had a temporary setback, still have to pay. And heaven forbid if somehow you fall behind and you can't pay, you are now the problem and you're in jail. And you can look this up, it's public knowledge. A state gets 66 cents for every dollar that they basically assign in child support. Did you know that? And a lot of these departments, their salaries, like the judges, the clerks, are actually funded based off of how much child support that they collect. Isn't that a conflict of interest? So no, family court does not protect children. It protects power control and their paycheck.
I don't know, crazy thought, try this out. Instead of focusing primarily on his finances, there are so many more things that are way more powerful than what a man has financially. And number one, his ability to get his instructions from God. A man that can get his instructions from God can protect you in a way that money will never be able to protect. He will protect you in a different way, a different kind of love. Number two, his ability to put you in position. A man that can put you in position, you have to be teachable. Okay. You have to be open-minded. You have to be quiet for a minute. You have to, be willing to listen. But a man that can put you in a position, cares about you in a different way. A man that can put you in position, set you up for success in case that relationship dissolves, money runs out, something happens, or remember, it just doesn't work out. The ability to be successful later and to have a skill set that you didn't have before is so much more beneficial opposed to you just hopping from man to man to get money and get a bag, these things to go to show out for some more people who don't really care about you. And his ability to come home every night. And I say this all the time, but we take that for granted so much. It's a dirty world and the world is not set up for most men, okay? So his ability to come home and make it home safely every night is way more important than you focusing on his finances.
How my boyfriend of 3 years was able to break up with me, move out the same day, and is now currently pissed off if I try to reach out to him. Like, he's mad at me. And, like, we didn't have, like, a bad relationship. We got along for the most part. We just got into a fight, and then he just left, and now he literally hates me.
This is an easy one. One, he left you for another woman. That's exactly what he did. That's why he moved out so fast. Two, she doesn't want you contacting him because she'll get mad. So she's telling him, if you talk to her, we're done. So you speaking to him is putting his current relationship in jeopardy. That's why he's so mad at you. And three, I bet the fight that you had, he started it. He needed a reason to get mad at you, right? And leave. That's why. And that's what happened. I hope this helps.
Oddly enough, there was a woman in the comments said, no. Nah, that ain't it. He's protecting his peace.
That attractive women will say to unattractive women, be like, what? Don't settle for less. What are you talking about? If he didn't take you to a nice restaurant, that means he doesn't want you. And it's like, but then that's the most she can extract out of a man. Why would you put your beautiful standards on this average looking woman? Or if it's like, don't settle, ladies, you're somebody else's dream girl. No, some women are nobody's dream girl. They're somebody's wife, but they're not any man's dream girl because they don't look like Pamela Anderson and they don't look like Megan Fox. So not every girl is somebody's dream girl.
It's just such a hard thing to sell to women because it's...
But it's the reality.
Well,
like, I'm majority
sure.
of men's not their dream girl. It's not the end of the world with that. But it takes a self-esteem to understand. Look, here's the thing. People who have high self-esteem attach to truths. They enjoy truths. Truth means something to them. People with low self-esteem see truths as threats and they see it as an insult. You have to really have an unwavering desire to be close to the truth because it's the only way to stay sane.
We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I'll mention it with Sadia. It's like, I think that women want what other women want. And so they're constantly looking at other women for cues as to what is the right way to be. And especially through the lens of social media, so many women are looking out at the highlight reels of their life and they're seeing women do everything. And so women want everything, not in a...
What are you talking about, Sadia? What are you talking about? These modern women, these attractive women, extracting stuff out of a man, what they need to be worried about is trying to find a man with good character, and you know this. You know this. This is why y'all get in trouble, because y'all talking about extracting out of a man. Well, I can get $1 million out of him. You can only get 500,000. This man, the same man that you can only get $20 out of, I can get about 100K and a house out of him. You don't want to think that way, because the game is being played. You're being played. You know this. Well, maybe you don't. If the man senses, and a man with money will sense it, oh, shoot, that's all she wants. I got plenty of that. Let's go for it. I'm expecting something at the end. There was a woman in, I think, another one of my compilations, she was talking about, I never sleep with any of these men, these celebrities. It's a flex to turn them down or curve them or reject them. They might give me a Birkin bag, take me out to eat, or whatever it is, and I don't give them nothing. And then somebody in the comments was like, oh, protect this woman at all costs. No, don't protect her at all costs. She's out there playing around. Even though she hasn't given up anything yet, she's entertaining. She's entertaining offers. It's like you going into the club and just accepting a drink over and over again, knowing that the man wants to talk to you. I can see if somebody was like, woohoo, another round on me. Hey, everybody gets around. Or, hey, man, we're talking to these ladies right here. Let's get everybody around. It's great to meet you. And going about your way. But the man is sending you a drink in order to talk to you. Whether you reject him or not, and you accept that drink, you know what that man is after. And then all of a sudden, you get upset and you get flustered and you get frustrated and confused when a man come over and try to talk to you. What are you doing over here? I'm married. I got a man. Then why did you accept my drink? If you were married and you already had a man, why did you accept this bag that I just gave you? If you didn't want me, why did you accept me flying you out? Why did you accept to come on this vacation with me? Y'all are playing a lot of games. And eventually, y'all are going to get yourselves in trouble. Y'all are going to have to give something that you don't want to give. Because the men, they say, oh, she's messing with those quote unquote suckers. But I know how to play the game. Hey, you want this bag? I got the bag for you. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. The NBA is very small. I think that other one was talking about turning down athletes. The NFL is relatively small. The NBA is relatively small. You can talk about golf. I mean, baseball, it don't matter. One way or another, your name will be put out there. I mean, in real life, it happens with men. Just somehow you run into another man. It's like, hey, bro, let me put you to the side, right? That happens. But the way y'all be moving, with the way y'all be on social media, especially if you flexing like this, you're going to get found out because you can't be quiet. So this extracting stuff, oh, you can't extract it. Oh, you ain't nobody's dream girl. Speak for yourself. The way you're acting, you're not anybody's dream girl. The way you be out in the streets getting your cheeks clapped, you are not anybody's dream girl. The way you be holding yourself, walking around, carrying yourself, you, regardless of whether you're pretty or not, are nobody's dream girl. You need to get that right. Delete this video.